I'm saying, like, if a person does that to you, I'm saying you were never hot. I don't even care about this song.
I think Dirty Money is forever Dirty Money.
But what other major stars are going down with him?
I got this show, and I just really wanted to be Last Train to Paris. What you think?
The world of Hollywood glamour and power has always had a dark side, but what happens when a powerful lawyer decides to speak out against A-list celebrities who have allegedly tried to silence victims? While the recent controversies surrounding Diddy have shed light on the darker practices within the industry, new revelations suggest that he's not the only one. From behind-the-scenes power plays to using influence to keep people quiet, this story is bound to shake up the entertainment world. For years, some of the most powerful figures in the entertainment industry have been accused of using their influence to silence those who might speak out against them. Diddy's recent legal troubles have highlighted how money, fame, and power can be used to manipulate situations and control narratives. But what's even more shocking is the suggestion that other big names might be involved in similar practices, trying to hide the truth and protect their reputations.
All right, so Wendy Williams is trending, y'all, because people are missing her now more than ever. You want to take a guess why? Because of Diddy's arrest.
That's all they want.
So with Diddy's arrest shaking the internet up, fans are wondering where her hot takes are. Everyone remembers how she predicted Diddy's downfall, and now they're wishing she could spill the tea on this wild situation. Y'all remember when y'all didn't believe Wendy? How you doing?
One of the most controversial moments in Diddy's career came during his reality show, Making the Band, where he was known for his ruthless management style. In one infamous episode, Diddy fired almost everyone, sparing only Dawn Richard. This decision raised eyebrows, especially after Freddie P claimed that Diddy had removed Dawn from songs because she had turned down his advances. These allegations point to a troubling pattern of behavior where Diddy allegedly used his power to manipulate or punish artists who didn't comply with his demands.
And so I've given a lot of thought, and I'm gonna let you out your contract too. As far as for you, Dawn, I still want to make music with you. I still want you to be signed to the label. And, you know, if I decide to put that together, Danity Kane, then, you know, you'll be the only member that'll still be there.
Yeah, it's eye-opening, man, looking at this lawsuit that Dunn got against Diddy. She claiming that he'll remove her from songs and turn off her mic when she performing, when she'll turn down his advances.
That's some little teenage boy control. He used to controlling everything. He used to rejection. I believe her. That's like, I don't even care if you was never on a song because you was hot. You get what I'm saying? Not her. I'm saying, like, if a person does that to you, I'm saying you were never hot. I don't even care about this song. I have an agenda. I'll make you feel like you're important. I'll even give you a fake press run. I'll send you on a fake promotional tour. That's just relationships. Make you feel like you got it. Look at Cassie, he strung her strings for years. I'm talking about this girl really thought she was a singer all this time. I thought she was a singer until I started seeing them dating and shit. I'm like, oh, this shit real? But the whole time, when we was around, she was an artist. She was an artist. She probably was on the sneaking level, but she was an artist. Look how quickly that fade. What we remember Cassie for now? It ain't for artistry. Look how quickly that fades. Or remember Dawn for Dawn. It ain't. He didn't care about it. He didn't care about what you said on that song. I ain't gonna say your talent, because your talent what got you to him. But when he giving you something, it's not for. He give a fake care. He give a fake care because he got a motive. Once the motive, he on to the next. And I believe Diddy just thrived off accomplishments, like being able to get the next one, you know, being able to break the one I said they wouldn't break, getting a hard thug from prison and turning him out, or
Diddy's legal issues have become the focal point of this conversation as more people come forward to reveal how he has allegedly tried to control narratives and suppress damaging stories. Recently, Gene Deal revealed how Diddy reportedly used private, compromising tapes of Stevie J to control situations. He mentioned that Diddy leveraged personal material to manipulate people's behavior, sparking further discussions about what else might be hidden behind closed doors.
And me looking at this lawsuit, he also alleges that Diddy forced him to watch a video of Stevie J having sex with a man.
Who, little Stevie? Huh? Who, Stevie? What Johnson used to call him, Stevie? Yo, I read that, man. I don't know if you know this, but then maybe they have a tape that we didn't see because the pictures was a little vague. There was an exotic worker came out and said that was him and not Stevie J. But in order for them to put that in there, they must have clearly thought it was Stevie J or think it's Stevie J. But you got to get this, Art. Check this out. He knew that this kid admired Stevie J and loved the work Stevie J had done in the industry in the past. This kid looked up to Stevie J. Now, what if Puff told him that that was Stevie J in the tape? And the guy looked like Stevie J. He did facial, his face was fixed like he was doing some of the faces Stevie J be making. You understand? So now, the kid could have been drunk, kid could have been high. He was like, yo, Puff could have been like, yo, you talking about, this is somebody you admire? Look what he doing. This Stevie J right here. Now, in that kid's mind, he may have thought that was Stevie J, or he think that's Stevie J. If Puff told him that was Stevie J, it was Stevie J. So people can't say, oh, he lying and everything like that, because we really don't know what was said.
Even more surprising was the feud between Stevie J and 50 Cent, in which Stevie J defended Diddy and attacked 50 Cent for mocking the hip-hop mogul. This spat gave fans a glimpse of just how complex the relationships between celebrities are and how loyalty is often mixed with secrecy. A name that has resurfaced amid Diddy's controversy is Wendy Williams. The talk show host had a famously awkward exchange with Diddy years ago, and in light of the recent allegations, that old clip has gained new significance. Wendy's interaction with Diddy was strange enough to cause a stir back then, but some are now questioning whether she knew more about Diddy's behind-the-scenes behavior than she was letting on.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You represent a lot.
With Diddy facing serious allegations, Wendy's absence from the public eye has been even more noticeable. Some speculate that her silence might be linked to the ongoing legal battles, suggesting that she's keeping quiet to avoid getting dragged further into the mess. Megyn Kelly also highlighted the bizarre exchange, reminding viewers that Wendy Williams has had a history of calling out controversial figures, so her current quietness is raising questions.
There are people like Wendy Williams coming out, making comments about him. I guess that there's a history there. I didn't know that Wendy Williams had been pushed out of her radio job many years ago after she suggested that Diddy was gay. There was an incident between them from a 2017 appearance he made on her show that people are circulating now saying this is very awkward. He's bringing up her, I think at the time, 16-year-old son.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You represent a lot.
It is stunning how many people knew about him, and these lesser-known figures who actually were sounding the alarm on him only to be totally ignored.
One of the most chilling tactics used by powerful figures to control narratives is the act of silencing potential critics. Jaguar Wright has been vocal about how Diddy and other elites use their influence to keep damaging stories from surfacing. She claims that individuals who dared to speak out were blacklisted, threatened, or paid off to ensure they remained silent.
The first time you heard me say that Sean Combs was a trafficker, and you said I was a liar because I was jealous, because I wasn't his girlfriend, because I wasn't successful in the music industry. You said all of these things about me because I told the truth. I said what I said. The facts are the facts. The evidence is the evidence. It is clear now there are victims. It is clear now there are perpetrators. Why don't you stop worrying about trying to make me a liar and ask the FBI to produce every video seized at Diddy Properties, who are protecting a corrupt DA that I have footage of, locked away on camera at a Clinton fundraiser, victimizing a 14-year-old girl who was friends with the Clintons, who are friends with the Obamas, who are friends with Sean.
Additionally, Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, recently broke his silence, claiming that several celebrities had influenced Diddy's actions over the years. According to Deal, the high-profile names who attended Diddy's parties might have known more than they let on, hinting at a culture of secrecy that extends beyond just one individual. Deal's statements suggest a coordinated effort to protect one another and keep troubling details out of the spotlight.
A few weeks ago, you was on the platform and you said that he was going to get arrested in September.
Yeah, man. Anybody who in law enforcement or people know the law, when Homeland Security ran up into his house, people will tell you, or people knew that it was just a matter of time that they was going to indict him and bring him in to see the judge, bro. It was just a matter of time. I just figured out with the grand jury and their different sessions and stuff like that, and then what one of the witnesses told me, I just figured it out that it was going to be around September that they were going to bring him in, bro. People might not understand. It's difficult when you see a brother that has so much promise become an icon as far as in the music business and stuff that he did, to turn around and just tear his whole life down. But it's all because of his mentors and the people that trained him and taught him the music business. You know, it's all about the people who trained and taught him the music business, because Puff wasn't, he wasn't born a monster. You know what I'm saying? He was made into a monster, brother. Do you understand what I'm saying? He was made into a monster from the stuff that happened to him, the things that he had to do. You understand? The things that he had to do to become who he is. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like this, brother. You never like something so much that you can't do without, and you never be willing to do anything to get where you want to be at. You got to have principles, you got to have morals, you got to keep with that stuff. And in that music business, a lot of that stuff get thrown out the window. You understand? And that's what happened to him. He started doing the things to other people that was done to him. To keep it frank, he was doing the things to other people that was done to him. And it is what it is. You gotta know better. And if you know better, you will do better. Then he started doing things to people, you understand, that he learned. That's a learned behavior, bro. Now, I'm not saying that he may have been doing a couple of things here and there with women, stuff like that in New York, but the things that they're talking about that he was doing, bringing in prostitutes to have sex with his girl and all that stuff like that, that was some crazy stuff to me, man. So I'm just looking at this whole thing, man, and you had asked me, and we don't have these conversations like most people do. We're gonna go back and you're gonna tell me what, we're gonna talk about this. You said, I'm gonna ask you how you feel, bro. I don't want no man to ever go to jail and be leaving their kids behind, be leaving their family behind. You understand? But some dudes belong in jail based on what they do and how they do it. We know that to be true. And it's just this situation, man, when they get down to all the facts and all what happened, he may belong in jail, bruh. And that's not my doing. That's not Cassie doing. That's his doing and his learned behavior from the people that mentored him.
The story becomes even more complex when you consider what goes on behind the scenes. Reports suggest that Mark Curry and other industry insiders have seen disturbing things at private parties, leading them to distance themselves from certain events. Curry described some gatherings as having a dark energy, where A-list celebrities indulged in questionable activities without fear of consequences.
And that goes and gets my food, or if I'm going to take a flight and I need some underwear from my house, I have a certain kind of man that goes to my house and get the underwear. If I just want to get my car washed, I have a certain kind of man that goes and does it. And it was almost like these certain kind of men were like being used as, they just do boys. People who always will do whatever he would ask them to do. So I seen a lot of that. I seen a whole bunch of things that you would question, a lot of questionable people, people with reputations that are known for, and I don't like to discriminate on no one's sexual preference, because I can't say that just because someone has a different lifestyle than mine that they're wrong. And I have to say, you know, that's just what that person, you know, that's how they choose to live. And that doesn't affect how I'm living. So I don't tend to get involved in a lot of that stuff, but you do see it a lot in the industry. And you can start off with the fact that everyone likes to date the same female. It's like, okay, how do you feel having sex with my girlfriend and then still being my friend? Or did we not, it's almost like we both just had sex with her without being, you know, it's just a whole bunch of nastiness that goes on. As far as him being with men, that's a rumor that I've heard. And it's also, from with my own eyes, I never saw him in the act of being with a man, but I saw some questionable men in a room. And I saw a lot of smiling and giggling and all of that kind of stuff. As far as what they did after the drinks and all of that, or going out, I don't know nothing about it. I went into a few parties where I walked in and I saw some celebrities sitting on Clive Davis lap type stuff, you know. But when I looked and I was like, wow, I see what's going on. Maybe this ain't the room that I'm supposed to be in.
Moreover, the recent Miami raid where Diddy's property was searched has stirred even more rumors. According to Stevie J, this event was a clear indicator that authorities are now paying closer attention to Diddy's activities, and it's only a matter of time before more revelations come to light. Stevie also hinted that others in Hollywood are deeply nervous about what might come out next.
I don't know whatever someone does in their bedroom, that's what they do. I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm just here to say that I've never seen my man doing anything foul like they talking about.
None of it. All of it. I mean, you know.
I've never seen it. I've known him for 29 years. And then it's like with guys like 50, you know what I'm saying? Like Uncle Tom cats like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, now you want to put me, I don't know if y'all saw the post where 50 posted about me. Of course you guys seen it. Right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, 50 has been going after Diddy and everybody associated with him for months now, ever since the Cassie lawsuit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, you can't brush under the rug. I don't see anybody reporting about what Tatted Up Holly said about him beating her up and about, you know what I'm saying, his other baby mom saying beating her up. I just look at it as, you know, he wants to bring the black community down worse than anyone else. How is that so? I said what I said in my post, and I'm standing on that too. Now, since he didn't accept what my offer to him, and he want to continue to be a comedian, why don't you go make some movies with Michael Blackson and don't talk about me.
Okay.
If you don't want to fight, if you don't want to donate to charity, donate the bread to charity and fight. Don't stop being a girl and talking about dudes. I find it funny that, you know, when they first try to crucify somebody, they go through the media first. And they're just flooded with lies and propaganda. I'm not concerned about this this dude Curtis. You know what I'm saying? He's Uncle Tom, and that's just what it is. I'm gonna speak on 1,000% of what I know to be true about my guy. My spirits are up. He's spending time with his children and his mother, you know what I'm saying? I'm working out, you know. He's doing very well. I've known this guy for 29 years. See, I'm not just a guy off the internet trolling. I'm a first-hand witness.
Stevie, it's my understanding that when the raid went down in Miami, were you on Star Island or were you actually at Diddy's house? I know you were in Miami.
I was at his crib working in the studio. I was sitting outside the studio door, and I heard a big boom. Now, mind you, before we get into this, I'm not a spring chicken, even though I look fly and stuff. But I've witnessed some historical events of excessive force, but none like this since Saddam Hussein or El Chapo or Pablo Escobar even Osama bin Laden. I heard a big boom. So I'm thinking, like, you know, a lot of people do work on the island all day long, so I'm figuring someone dropped some materials.
The entertainment industry thrives on loyalty, but the cracks are starting to show. According to insiders, several other celebrities are deeply entangled in this web of secrecy. While Diddy's name is currently at the forefront, other A-listers are suspected of using their connections to silence critics, bury allegations, or dismiss potential scandals before they could escalate. Names like Stevie J, Wendy Williams, and even Mark Curry have surfaced repeatedly. Still, the biggest question remains: who else is hiding behind the curtains, and how far does this network of protection go? If more insiders come forward with concrete evidence, it may force a reckoning in Hollywood, bringing to light stories that have been buried for years. Only time will tell if the truth will fully emerge, or if these powerful names will find a way to keep the dark details hidden once more.